It is official. The LA Chargers are not messing around, especially on the offensive line through the draft and now with undrafted free agents. And we're going to break this one all down because I said that the Chargers draft, they're just like they're a grown up in the room now when it comes to the draft. You look at the other teams that aren't grown-ups and they're kind of like the teenagers that are trying to fit in, but it's just like that's just not sustainable. The Giants, they don't have a quarterback or an offensive line. They get Malik Neighbors. That's not going to work. Falcons get Michael Penix Jr. when they just signed Kirk Cousins. And then the Raiders, you got 18 tight ends and you go get Brock Bowers. Those are the teams. You just see them constantly reaching and doing things incorrectly. Not the Chargers. They kind of really make things look good in the draft. And then post-draft with undrafted free agents, what they've done is they said, okay, let me just read these offensive linemen that they've found undrafted free agent-wise. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans. We live here in Michigan, but this channel is all about the Chargers and really secretly started this channel so that maybe we get noticed by somebody out in Southern California that'd be like, hey, come on out. We'll have you out here. Maybe like a media outlet. Like, I don't want to get weird and creepy, but it's like someone's like, oh man, it's this weird story. These guys follow Jim Harbaugh. They're in Michigan. Let's have them out to the warm weather and do something like a promo or something. That's my hope and dream by starting this channel. Kind of a little bit secretly. Okay. Here is Carson Barnhart. I can't even put him on the screen because I'm just too excited. He had 30 career starts at Michigan. Michigan, remember, the last 3 years, I think 2 of those 3 years they were voted the best offensive line in the country. The other year, just dominant. So like basically 3 years, best offensive line in the country. Carson Barnhart starts at 30 career starts at all over the place on that offensive line during that time, and he doesn't get drafted. He's 6'4", 300 pounds. Jim Harbaugh scoops him right up. It's a no-brainer for him. He comes right over. Next offensive lineman is Tyler McClellan out of Campbell. We did a video on this guy. Check him out. He's just, let's see here, 6'8", 350. Let's go. Patrick Willis is the next offensive guard that they get. He's 6'4", 340. He started all 13 games at right guard for TCU last year. Okay. Tyler Smith, Western Carolina. It's like, never heard of this guy. Oh, really? He's 6'8", 310, and he's got 58 career starts. Played a lot of football. Love it. And then finally, the guy we're going to talk about in this video is center offensive guard Bucky Williams. First of all, great name. Love that. And let's take a look at him. So Bucky Williams, I mean, let me, I lost hold on, stand by. So Bucky Williams is a guy that is from Appalachian State, and he's just an absolute monster. Just looks the part of like exactly what you're looking for when you're like, you know what? I think we need to go find ourselves an offensive lineman. Let me pull this up. I lost the article. Stand by. He's got long hair. Just, man, is a guy that you want on your team. Here we go. Didn't disappoint. Here's the thing about this guy. All Sun Belt. Didn't know that App State was in the Sun Belt. I guess I should have known that. All first team Sun Belt. Team captain. Started all 14 games at right guard. Was the only Sun Belt starting offensive lineman in the 2023 season with grades over 76 in both blocking and passing. Ranked number 2 in the Sun Belt offensive line, number 1 amongst guards, overall blocking grade, passing grade about almost 80. Just 2 sacks allowed in 470 pass blocking snaps during last season. So you're like, okay, what's up, man? Appalachian State. So let's be real about it. Not going against the best competition, but still as an interior offensive lineman, and you have nearly 500 snaps where you're pass protecting and you allow 2 guys in, that's That's pretty good. And you have long hair and a beard. Come on over. Come on over to the Chargers and just see if we can. Oh no, I said we. I said we as like a Chargers fan. Again, I'm a Lions fan following Jim Harbaugh, really an unbiased look into your team. But now I'm saying we. You get what I'm saying here with this, with what Jim Harbaugh is trying to do. You get Joe Alt. He looks like he's 13 years old in the face, but he's like, he's huge. Point is, he's like still developing and still going to be huge. Carson Barnhart, you got this guy. You've just put competition in the offensive line room for Jim Harbaugh to go to work. And Jim Harbaugh is so good with offensive linemen. He took Michigan's offensive line in overnight and turned them into physical, disciplined, smart, and I guess that would be it. And just and then they were like that for the whole time. And that's what he's done. San Francisco 49ers. Remember, he goes there. They're terrible. Boom, NFC Championship game. And now that roster was just loaded, and Jim Harbaugh unleashed it. So I don't think the Chargers are going to go to the AFC Championship game this year. Maybe, but you get my point that I'm just not even taking this guy down. I just that picture when it goes to the long hair and the huge beard. It's like, yeah, give me more of him. So, but my point is, Jim Harbaugh takes Stanford. I mean, we talk about this constantly because it's like, it's really true. You saw him go little school, Stanford, make them never forget. And you guys know, I guess, more over there because it was more in your face, but I kind of always forget that he goes to Stanford when USC was at its absolute peak in college football, in the history of college football, that 06, that 07, whatever. They're incredible. And this Stanford Cardinal, not even with an S, just to bother me, Cardinal just goes up there and out physicals and whoops them and whoops on this high-powered USC. What up? And you're like, what is going on? Then he goes to San Francisco, physical there, does it. Then he goes to Michigan. Something, I don't know how he does it. And that's really why we're so excited to kind of watch him and see what he does here, because I don't understand how he fully does it, but he does it. And so if you are a Chargers fan, you're getting depth and offensive line. And again, some of these guys aren't going to make the team, but it doesn't matter because during that process, everybody's being lifted up and rising up so that if I'm a starter, I don't want this guy taking my job. If I'm here, I'm trying to be a starter, right? So I love all of it, and I can't wait to see how he continues to just find these monsters on the offensive line and keep putting them in position to be really good. On top of that, you've got some skill position guys that are coming out that you're finding as well. So this is the way it's supposed to be done. And if you're a Chargers fan, all I can say is be patient and don't worry that you're not seeing maybe some of the splashes that you wanted. That's immature. It just is, because you're grabbing the bright, shiny things. It's like, no, let's just build this from the base. Let's build it out and do it correctly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.